welcome back to another video of the HTML and CSS web development course. So in the last video we talked about RGB, RGBA and hex colors and how to use them and how to calculate them. And in this video we're going to talk about height and width of elements. So with height and width you can decide the needed width, the needed height of an image, of a container, of pixels, of everything you need on a website. So in this case we're going to start with something new. We're going to call it a div, and a div is a container class, so everything you put inside a container doesn't escape the container anymore. So we're going to call class, we're going to call container-1, going to close this, going to open it up, we're going to put in here, we're going to put h1 or h2 is also okay. I'm going to call this welcome to my website. Okay, and we go outside the container, we're going to open another container and we're going to call this a class. We're going to give this container 2, and we're going to give this a h3 of I'm really happy to learn how to code. And we're going to change a little bit because it doesn't sound really good. I'm really happy that I have the chance to learn how to code. Okay, so we go back here. So when we refresh the website, you see like the header 2 and the header 3, and you don't see the containers, right? But let's say we go to our CSS. We're going to call container-1. Don't forget the dot because it's a custom class. And inside here we're going to give it a background color of burly wood, or if you want another color you can choose whatever you want. So we're also going to call container-2, and we're going to give this a background color or chartreuse. No idea if I'm pronouncing it right, but that doesn't matter. So when we refresh, now you can see we have two different containers. This looks pretty nice. And because we are talking about width and height, so let's say we give this one a width of 300 pixels, and we're gonna give it a height of 100 pixels. And with this one we're gonna give it a width of 400 pixels, and we're gonna give this a height of auto. Okay, so what happened here? We assigned a background color. We gave both containers a width, a fixed width. We gave one container a fixed height and one we gave an auto height. And what this does, as you can see, nothing happens. So when you make the website bigger or smaller, it stays there on the same. It always has the same width. And with this one, as you can see, because it has a width of auto, with a height of auto, let's say we're gonna copy this one. And we're gonna paste it. Save it. As you can see, we copied the h3 and now the container gets bigger. I think you already can guess what happened if you copy this h2. Save it, go back. So as you can see, we still have enough space there, but what happens if we add a third one? Save it. As you can see now it is escaping the container or the background, so you don't see it. And this is because the height isn't adjustable. So every time when you use a height, you have to adjust it yourself to make it fit inside the container. So let's say we give this a height of the height. We give this a minimum height because we know the minimum height for this tree, and we give this a max height of auto. Save this, go back. So as you can see, it's became a little bit bigger, and when we copy it again and we paste it, now you can see it resizes. But because we have a min height of 120, what happens if we delete 3? I think you can already guess. because the width of the height, the height is always constant on 120 because it's the minimum height. So that's why when you work with containers, I think it's a good practice to use auto. You don't have to, but you can. So let's say what happens if you make the width, if you make this longer. Welcome to my website. I'm really happy to be here. Save this, go back. As you can see, because the container has a fixed width, it doesn't resize. So when you keep adding information here, my next challenge is gonna be to build my website. I'm gonna save this again, go back. As you can see, the height keeps going, right? And that is because we still have the max height on auto. So it keeps resizing. But what happens if you change the width to 400? As you can see, the height goes back, and there is more space in the width to display the information. But if we give the width an auto, I'm gonna save this. Now it resizes back with the whole website, and that is with this one the same. If we give this one a width of auto, now the height is smaller, but it displays more information. As you can see, the H2 in the top container is also resizing. So the smaller the container gets, the H2 keeps resizing. And this is a little bit how width and height works. So you can use minimum height, max height, width, height if you want. Let's say you want to add an image, for example, right? Because an image also always had a height and a width. So let's say we're going to add a third container. We're going to call this image. I'm going to close this, open this up. And first let's get an image from the internet, Google. And we're going to call meme, because I really like memes. Here, free food, count me in. Exactly. Because who doesn't want free food? So we go to the website, go to images. You can take your own meme, doesn't matter which one you want. So we're going to call this meme. What we're going to do, inside the container, we're going to call emg of class meme src. We're going to call images slash meme.png. Gonna save this. So now we open this. Now you have like a really big image, right? The whole website, it doesn't look nice anymore. So no, we're not gonna do this. Gonna close this up a little bit. So we can fix this by using width. So we're gonna call dot image, and we're gonna give this a width of, let's say, no wait, we're gonna give this max width of 500 pixels, and we're gonna give this a height of auto. So save this, go back here. As you can see, the container doesn't adopt the changes because the image is too big. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna call the meme. Oh wait a second, maybe if we delete the width part, the max width part, because sometimes, no, okay, that doesn't make a difference. So we're gonna call the meme, gonna open this up, gonna give this a width of 500 pixels. Save it, save it. Now this looks nice, right? But let's say we give the width an auto. I'll also give the height an auto. If I'm not mistaken now, the image should adopt changes from the container it's in. And it doesn't. So give this another width of 500 pixels. Go back. So, and we're gonna give this a max width. We're gonna delete these two because we don't need them. And this is because the image doesn't always adopt the size of the container. That is something I wanted to show you. And as you can see now, let's say we give this the width of auto, and we're gonna give this a height of 500 px. Let's see what happens, right? So it is a little bit bigger. And when you give this height of 900, let's see what happens. So now it's resizing again. So we need a sweet spot of 700. Let's see what happens. Gonna give this 500. So this looks better. So there was a little bit on width and height. As you saw, I made like a mistake inside the image container, and that mistake was that I wanted the image to adopt the meme. I wanted the meme to adopt the settings I put inside the container, and that's not always how it works, because if in this case the image is bigger than what you allow your container to be, it's gonna fall outside the container. So that doesn't work. In the next video, we're gonna talk about some margin and padding, and then we're gonna look about give our website some spacing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and I hope to see you in the next video.